Welcome to the Valley of the Old Farm, episode 1, with me, MrSealyp. So here I am at the farm. I've been incredibly lucky. I've inherited this farm from my great uncle Godfrey. How lucky is that? There is, however, something of a drawback, and the drawback is this. I didn't really know him that well, and somebody came to see me, told me that I've inherited a farm. Wonderful, I said. However, they've sold everything. Lots of bills and debts to pay, apparently. So they've sold everything, and they've left me with, well, they left me with about 390,000, which isn't too bad, considering I've got the farm and the farm buildings. But that's all I've got. Absolutely nothing else. A few chickens sort of scratching around in the yard. I assume someone's been looking after them. Plenty of buildings, plenty of outspace, plenty to work with. However, no vehicles. So, what I've decided to do is take this particular farm down a slightly different route, at least to start off with. Like I said, I was left with about 390,000. Top corner doesn't say 390,000, it says 293, I think. I have leased a piece of machinery and I have bought a piece of machinery, but that's it. What I'm going to do now is head off round the corner, thanking myself. Well, thanking myself, thanking great uncle Godfrey for a start, but thanking my blessings. I've got all of this. This is wonderful. It's a good start, but I'm going to need to do some work now to get it somewhere. So I'm going to head off, and I will see you in a moment. The pig farm is here on my left hand side, so I'm heading kind of north-ish up the map. Just on my left hand side, field 56. Now I've got some woodland here, or forest here, and forest this side, a fair amount of trees, and here is what I have done to start myself off. I have bought the JENZ HE 700 STA static wood chipper. This is the one that when you put wood through it, logs through it, it automatically sells them and you get a price for them. I have often found when using this that, let me just get rid of that, the price doesn't seem to drop. I could be wrong, that may have all been adjusted and changed and who knows. I've also leased the ScorpionKing, not bought. Now, that was 72,000. When I eventually sell it, I will get half of that back. So about 35,000, 36,000 I'll get back. So I need to make 36,000 at least to cover the cost of the other half of that. This was about 20 something. Let's actually have a look. How much was this to lease? I can't remember now. My mind's gone blank. It was 25,000. So I need to make about 50-60,000 to cover the leasing cost of this and that. If I can do that in the first hour before I get clobbered again for another leasing cost for this, what I'll do is, at the moment I'm on 293,000. If I can get to enough to buy a ScorpionKing, I'll then buy a ScorpionKing. Then I will start building my money. I'll start building my money by doing forestry. I'm going to start off by wood chipping, using the static. The only reason for not using a mobile wood chipper is because then I need a tractor or a lorry, I need a trailer, I will then need a bigger trailer. If I decide to do logging, I need a logging trailer and or a lorry, tractor, etc, etc, which eats into the funds. So I suppose rather than buying one of these, I could do that instead. However, because of the amount of forestry there is on this map, this thing is going to be invaluable over time, so I'm going to invest now. So first order of business then is to cut down some trees, make as much money as I can in my first hour, buy one, then I won't get clobbered again for leasing costs. So let's turn this on. Actually I better check the cut length, because cut length turning on would be a good idea first. Cut length 1 metre, that's fine. Okay, so now, what I have found in the past as well, some of the very tall trees, you'd get about, well, it does all depend on the map, and I play on normal, about 7,000 I think, something like that. Slightly small ones, about 5, very small ones, even less than that. Now, somebody did say to me in comments, you don't get, you can't use the ScorpionKing on this map. It won't work on the trees. I'm puzzled. Well, that would have helped if it had come out straight, wouldn't it? That I found a bit puzzling. I couldn't figure out why that would be the case. That's obviously got caught up, hasn't it? Good start. There's me saying, can't use it. That's puzzling, and then get stuck. So that's fantastic, isn't it? Come on, come straight out. Let's drag that out first. Right, after a bit of mucking around, it was stuck between two trees, that's all it was. So what should happen now is, let's just pull that back a little bit. Drive forward. I want to get this to go on properly. And that will automatically feed in. When I've done the whole tree, it should come up with an amount. Hopefully this is going to be the one of the long ones, but at 5,000 a tree, it's not going to take me too many trees to get my 60,000, which means I've covered the cost of buying the gens, so when I sell it and make a loss, I've kind of covered it, and also covers the leasing cost of the ScorpionKing. Once I get above 317,000, I think it is, to buy a ScorpionKing, I'll buy one. And then the process begins of logging or wood chipping as much as I possibly can through this gens to make my money on it, so I can then start buying equipment. Then I can start doing normal logging, I can then start buying equipment for the farm, etc. So this is kind of, I thought I'd try a different way of starting off a map. Rather than going straight into the farm and straight into harvesting and straight into using the equipment you were provided, and before people start saying, there you go, 7,000 and something, that's not bad at all. 7,365, does that say? For one tree. So what I need to do is find another one of a kind of almost the same height. Let's have a look. And hopefully that price will stay the same. That one there doesn't look too bad. Which I've often found with the static one, that's not normally too bad. Can't remember which one it was now. I'm going across someone's crops, I do apologise. I apologise profusely for destroying your crops. Now I haven't really started off, I did a lot of forestry, a lot of logging on Lawfolds quite a while back, because Lawfolds was a brilliant map for prices, so it was well worth it. I think I was using the large trailer and I was getting £64,000 per load, which was absolutely fantastic. I'm not going to get anywhere near that, but it will work out alright. So I just thought I wanted to try something different. And kind of just see what happened, you know? $7,121 for that tree. So, not bad. I'm going to carry on for a little bit and cut down a load of trees and make a bit of money. I will then invest in a large trailer. I will then at some point get the other wood chipper, the one that's more mobile, the 725D is it? I'm going to need to get a stump grinder. This whole Let's Play is not just going to be forestry, absolutely not. But I just like to say I wanted to try something different for starting off. Because I try not to do the same thing every time. I try to use different vehicles and try to do different things. I've done ones where I've transferred money over because I've sold the previous farm. I've done ones where I've done the gold nuggets and I've started off with $1 million and gone from there. I've done ones where I've started with just the base 200 and gradually worked up. You know, I've done all different ways around. So something a bit different. This is the only downside, every now and again, you get a blockage. Just because the angle I put in it, I think we just need to adjust the... Come on. There we go, right. That's better. If you get this straight on, you can do it in larger chunks, 2 metre, maybe even 3 sometimes, but I just find it's a lot easier doing it in ones. They kind of just all slot in rather nicely. So we are just over 318,000, which means I can, if I want to, with what I've got in the bank, buy the ScorpionKing. But I want to get to that 60,000 I'd make, just to cover the cost of everything first. So it's kind of in my head I've reconciled what I've done, you know, that kind of makes sense to me, that then I'm not technically out of pocket from everything I sold. I didn't sell it all up at the store. I could have made more money had I taken it all one item at a time to the store. Why is that working? Because I'm not near the tree. Lift, pull back a little bit. Go right. We are clearing a swath. Yep, that wasn't so good. Kinda knew that would get jammed. Sometimes you just hope the weight of the logs are going to move them, but not this time. Come on. Not the safest thing in the world to be standing there. So I've just hit 360,000. I was on 290 something I think when I started, so I've made my 60,000. So that covers the cost of losing what I'm going to lose on this JENZ when I sell it, and also the lease of the ScorpionKing. I'm nowhere near an hour, so I can carry on using this for a bit, but it does mean I've kind of in my head covered the costs. That's the main thing. I'm going to carry on and on. I'm not going to make you sit through it. I'm going to make a bit of money, so then what I can do is purchase a few bits of equipment in one go. So this bit of forestry may take some time, so it's going to be a while until you see me next. But it will all have been done through forestry. I'm not adding any money in, I'm not doing anything dodgy. What I will do is show you in this menu how many trees I've cut down at that point, so it will kind of become obvious. Some of them are going to be sort of the 7,000 ones, depending on the size. Some will be around the 5,000 mark, because all of them in this forest all seem to be like that. I haven't come across any smaller ones yet, but it is a big forest, there's a lot going on. Quickest and easiest way I've made 60 grand in game for a while. I do want to do a whole trailer of logs. I want to see what a log trailer is worth. I don't do logging very often, so I want to do that. I'm going to need to get a telehandler or a wheel loader. I'm going to need a lorry. I'm going to need a trailer. So there's going to be a few expenses. So that's what I'm looking at. I could just carry on leasing this and pay the hourly rate. I suppose technically one tree. What is the hourly rate on this? The hourly rate, it is base cost 4,250 per operating hour, 11,000. Wow. Okay. Per day 2. So technically just over a tree, I mean I suppose technically 2 of the small trees, covers my operating cost for an hour. So rather than forking out 317,000 on one, yeah, it's a worry in it, because that's going to be a big chunk coming off at midnight. No, I think I'm going to stick to my original plan and buy one. Actually, you know what? That's because I'm on the Buffalo. I'm looking thinking 221,000, that's come down a bit. I was on the Buffalo, not the ScorpionKing. 317,000 standard or tracks. I think I will go with standard. I'll have the wheeled version. Buy. Yes, please. Okay. Now I'm at a point where I've kind of reset. So I've got 50,000. I've just spent 317,000. Don't think I've ever done that in the first. Right, let's turn that off. Lift that up. Fold that in a bit to where it should be. I did have a minor hiccup a little while ago when I was taking down one of these trees. It fell onto the power cables. Bit dodgy. Actually, I'm just going to get under these, will I? Yep. Right. This I'm taking back to the store. Pick up my one, my own personal ScorpionKing. I shall come back and I shall carry on. I will see you in a little while when I've got a load more money. That's what it's all about. It's all about cash. So here I stand before you. It's 12:42. Time has moved on rather dramatically. It is, well, it is, what am I saying? It is. I'm next to field 56. Pig farm is just there. This is where my wood chipper was. My wood chipper is no longer here. I have removed it and placed it somewhere else. So I sold one, bought another one. That was okay. Because if you look in the top right hand corner, I'm on £1,022,754. That's right. And that's no lie. That's no cheat. That's no mucking around. I've cut some trees down over here, cleared a bit of a space over here. I've also, get ready for this, done a bit of logging. A little bit. Let's go up the hill. To give you some idea of the sort of area I've cleared. I haven't actually bought a chainsaw yet, because some of these wouldn't let me cut low down them. I had to raise the ScorpionKing up quite high. So these I'm going to come along, chop them up, get a trailer and throw all the small bits in as well. But let's get up to the hill and we'll have a look. Yeah, this is rather a large, and you can see how small the ScorpionKing is off in the distance. I've been busy. Let's have a look at all up here. But anyway, yeah, deforestation. So this isn't made up, this is no nonsense. I play on PS4. I haven't removed them cleverly in some sneaky way. You can see all the tree stumps. If I go into here, we'll scroll across, and we will get to trees cut down. 2 in this session, because I've just put the PlayStation back on. 167 trees in total, ranging around the 5,000 mark and the 7,000 mark. I've done alright, I have to say. So, next thing I'm going to do is buy a bit more equipment. I'm not going to go straight in for the farming equipment. I'm going to buy a bit more logging equipment because I want to have a go at logging. Well, these are lots higher than I thought they were. I will need to get a stump grinder, but I'm not going to do that just yet. I'm going to get a trailer, going to get a lorry, going to get a telehandler. But this thing, wow. And this thing, I've put some time on this already. And I've been playing in real time. I haven't skipped ahead at all. This is all real-time play, and I've put quite a few hours in to clearing this lot and getting to just over 1 million. It was weird. I set myself a target of about 500,000, and then it was like, well, I'll do to 600,000, and then, well, you know what? I'm on 600,000. I might as well do to 7 or 750. Then it was a case of, might as well do to 1 million now. I'm nearly there. I'm kind of cutting my way through to the sawmill, so I'm going to take some of these down. Actually, I'm going to take all of these down. Get through to the sawmill. But first, I'm going to go on my online on my computer into the store. I'm going to get a telehandler. Now, update on the Merlot. The Merlot has had an update in the recent Mod Hub mayhem, and here's what's happening. You can change the main colour. I'm going to go for black. Might be quite cool, but it'd be difficult to see. The yellowy colour, I think. Standard or Nokian tyres. Nokian. Oh, yeah, something different. Clean windows or tinted. Let's go tinted. Why not? No safety frame. Safety frame. I'm doing a bit of logging. Let's do a safety frame. 93,500. Which still. That's 105 for the New Holland, which is also a mod. If I scroll across, we've got, how much are we looking at? 112, 107, 92. So it's around the same mark as the Leap Air, but it's got more horsepower. So, not bad. I also need a lorry. So, let's purchase a lorry. Now, I've done the Lizard ones on the American maps and those style things. I might go with the Man. Seems a bit expensive, bit of an extravagance. I haven't gone with the Phoenix, the Tatras for a while, the 6x6, but I do like the Man. No, I'm going to go with the Phoenix, I think. Back attacher, just in case. Main colour, do I go with my usual MrSealyp green, or shall I choose something a little different this time? I think I might go something a little different. Let's go with a, should I go with a blue or a red? No, red's boring. I'm going to go with a blue. Let's go with that one. Rim colour, I always go black. I just think it looks a bit better, but it doesn't really matter. Let's buy that. Money's dropping. And for forestry, for the time being, and I'm going to buy more vehicles because I'm going to keep doing forestry for a bit. No, that's not forestry. What am I talking about? Forestry equipment. I'm going to go with the Black Sheep Modding Semi-log, the one that tips. It's only 25,000. I would be insane not to. So, main colour. I'll go with the same blue. Wheel setup. Wide tyres. Rim colour. Black. Design with oversized load. Why not? With protection. That's the screen at the front. Do I want that or not? I'm not. No, I'm going to go without this time. 26. Buy. Still plenty of money in the bank. Still plenty of money for a large tractor. I'm thinking I might go big straight away this time. Don't know yet. Haven't quite decided, but I might do. It's all very exciting, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to go and get the lorry and stuff and bring it over. Oh, I need to get a front bit for the telehandler. Anyway, see you in a moment. So, the BsM shop. So I was right, when I did my first look map tour, I thought it might spawn vehicles here when you bought them. It doesn't, it does spawn them around the back, which is a rather large spawn point, but nevertheless, it does the job. That's an interesting blue. It's darker than it looked in the actual menu, but so I've gone with the Merlot, but in the orangey colour. It looked more yellow as well. I don't know if the colours are a bit off, that seems a bit weird, but anyway. The Turbofarmer. I do like the Merlot green, but it's nice to do something a bit different. Kind of forestry protection cage on there as well, and knock-in tyres. Very nice indeed. Liking the look of that. And then we've got our Tatra. Fantastic. Let's jump in that. Start her up. The lorry's going to come in very handy later on for all sorts of haulage. So at the end of the day, let's sort it out and get this over to our logging area. This is so different to what I normally do at the start of maps. This is so different. I'm quite excited about doing something a bit different, and I'm hoping with the logging, because that should pay the way quite nicely for getting some nice machinery. I'm not scrimping because I'm not having to worry about the farming to start off with. This should give me a few options. Now, well, I better get around here. That's the only downside. It's quite large. There we go. Yeah, so I should be able to get some nice stuff to start off with. It's a lot of machinery to get, and surprisingly enough, you know, because they sold everything off, you know, I obviously didn't get given what it was worth. It was worth way more, but it is what it is. So, and not far to go as well, so that's quite nice. So let's pull this in just here. Then we'll go back and we'll get the telehandler. Right, pop that there for the moment. I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. Jump out. Go and get the telehandler. Now, what I suddenly remembered was, whenever I do my logging for picking up logs, I don't use log forks. Haven't done for a long time. That is just a personal choice. I've said that before. People just prefer log forks. I love them. In the CSZ pack, there's some nice looking log grabbers. I just can't get on with them. It's just, I don't know, it's just me. I've tried using the multi-purpose fork, that's okay, but to be honest with you, there is nothing wrong with the bog standard manure fork. I have found that works really well, has done for quite a while for me. Like I say, again, personal choice, so I'm going to buy that. Let's buy it. It just does the job. The way I do it anyway, it does the job for me. So let's get into this. Actually, that looks quite cool. I forgot, yeah, I got tinted windows as well, didn't I? All very fancy. So, I'm hoping the Merlot's going to be up to the job. It always seems like quite a small telehandler, really, compared to the others, but it's do the job. It's what it's designed to do, isn't it? We'll see how big the logs are that I want to start moving, and then I might change my mind, but for the time being, this will be perfect. So, was this round? Now you can probably hear pigs. Maybe you can hear pigs oinking in the background. I don't have any pigs on the farm yet. I'm a long way from the pig farm. It's the dog again. The farm dog has a toy pig. He's loving every minute of it, but driving me insane. Anyway. It does look really different with the Nokian tyres on, actually. It's a very different look. And with the tint, and with the cage on it, and all the, you know. Nice little change, that. So, let's pull that in. So what I'm intending to do then is I want to do a bit of logging. I want to have a do a bit of logging. I want to have a go at. I want to do a bit of logging. So I'm going to use the ScorpionKing, take some trees down, probably do 8 metre lengths. I should be able to get 2 lots of 8 metres onto there, stack them all up, take a load and sell it. That's the next plan. So I'm going to need to turn the beacon off. Cut some down first and then strip them with this into 8 metre lengths. I am going to keep this here because I'm going to do some of these I'm going to get rid of. So off screen I'm going to do a bit more. I want to get the money up a little bit higher again, because then I want to start buying farm machinery. There's some bits I want to get. I do want to get a stump grinder. Don't know whether to get a JCB like the Forest Master, or whether to just get a tractor with the one on the back. Because if I need to buy a tractor anyway, I might just buy the cheaper stump grinder, and then I haven't got multiple pieces of equipment. I haven't really kind of decided on that option yet, but wow, God, this undergrowth is driving me mad. Yeah, so we'll see. I'll do something along those lines anyway. Right, trees to cut down. So while I start up the ScorpionKing and we decide what we're going to do, okay, what I'm going to do now, take one down, let's chop one up into 8 metre lengths and see what we're left with. These are quite tall trees, some of these, so I should get 3, maybe 4 chunks out of these. Let's see how we get on. Put it to one side, and let's get logging. Get a few down. While I'm doing this, we are at the end of an episode. The first episode on the Valley, the old farm. I am going to do farming, don't worry. If you're watching this thinking, oh, I don't want to watch forestry all the time, that's fine. I don't often do forestry, and when I do, it's normally just the odd episode here and there. I don't go mad on it, so that's why I thought I wanted to do something different. I'm going to try something different. So that's what I'm doing. So see how it works out. It's not, like I say, it's not going to be for everyone. Not everyone's going to like it. It's because I realised I was too close to the pile. Never mind. Yeah, it's not going to be for everyone, but anyway. So yes, this is the end of the first episode. I hope you've liked it. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share the video, then please be my guest. A massive thank you to Great Uncle Godfrey. Awesome. Whatever you should choose to do, thanks for watching.